Ladies and gentlemen, there is a petition now. CNN and MSNBC signed petition. Of course, for some reason, CNN and MSNBC signed petition urging William Barr to resign. That's along with 1,140 signatures from the Department of Justice, former DOJ officials, and the whole thing is a typical public relations absurd ploy and stunt. Oh my God. So they found 1,140 Democrats. 63 million people voted for Trump. Like, we've heard that 65 million people voted for Clinton. Oh my God, we've heard of that. Yeah, we heard. But now they have a petition out. They have the audacity to demand that William Barr resign. They have no legal basis. It's kind of like a student saying, like a middle school student saying, "You have to resign. You're giving us this homework, and you teacher, you must resign." It's like they have no basis in reality to force his resignation. If he feels that Roger Stone was unfairly treated, he has every right to reduce the sentence. Just like when the Inspector General report recommended that Andrew McCabe be indicted, he didn't indict McCabe. So to Democrats, though, they're like, well, how dare? I mean, of course, there's no reason to indict McCabe, but Stone should be in prison forever. And Michael Flynn, his case, he lied to the FBI. Well, about what? This is a case of entrapment. This is a clear-cut case of entrapment. He spoke to Sergei Kislyak. He lied about that. So what? They're getting people, with Trump, they get people on things that aren't crimes, but the process, lying to an FBI agent or taking the word of an FBI agent, saying that someone lied, well, the process in and of itself, if you don't remember the date of an email that you sent, if you tell the FBI, well, I sent the email, I think it was in July, but you really sent it in September, well, that's obstruction of justice, so they're going to get you on that. Okay? So with Stone, he didn't work with Russia. There was no evidence that anyone worked with Russia. In fact, the Mueller probe stated there was no evidence. The evidence was not sufficient. And there was also no evidence. And the articles of impeachment, the articles of sham-impeachment, did not list an actual crime because they're bluffing. This is why Trump always wins. Because at this moment in time, Democrats are on the wrong side of history. Big time. They're on the wrong side of history. Now, there are calls for 1,100 ex-justice officials call on William Barr to resign amid Roger Stone case. So they don't want McCabe to be indicted. So look at the double standard here. They don't want Andrew McCabe to be indicted, even though the Inspector General recommended indictments of Andrew McCabe. So the Inspector General, if you look, this is September 12th, 2019. Prosecutors recommend indicting Andrew McCabe over lack of candor about media leaks. This is September 12th, 2019. September 12th, 2019. The former FBI director launched a counterintelligence probe into President Donald Trump after he fired James Comey in 2017. The justification was that, well, he thought that he might be working with Russia because, you'd only fire James Comey only if you were actually working with Russia. That's the only justification. Not the fact that he let Clinton off the hook by saying no reasonable prosecutor. not the fact that he let Madam Secretary off the hook and covered up actual crimes where top secret and special access program were transferred onto servers outside of the United States government. But here you have federal prosecutors have recommended indicting former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe over his lack of candor. He lied under oath 3 times with the intent to deceive. Okay, he didn't get prosecuted, even though the IG called to prosecute him. But now you have 1,100 former DOJ employees call on Barr to resign after intervening in Stone case. He has every right to intervene in any case he wants to. The Mueller probe was not a lawful investigation anyway. It was based on a Steele dossier and Comey's memos. 2 pieces of paper, 2 examples of a bunch of malarkey and fantasy and nonsense written on letterhead or paper. The dossier was nonsense. None of it was accurate, and none of it was used to indict anyone. The dossier was complete and utter fantasy. By the way, purchased by Clinton. Now you have Roger Stone. Like, what did he do? Roger Stone lied about things, but he lied about things pertaining to trying to make himself seem like this, person in the know, like, oh yeah, he knew about the DNC emails or whatever it is that the puffery, the showmanship, whatever. He lied. He never had any knowledge of DNC emails, but see, it came back to haunt him. Democrats wanted retribution. That's all they wanted. All they wanted is retribution, revenge. They are going to buckle and they're going to break under the weight, and they're going to just crumble under the weight of their own treachery and corruption. And nobody sees it now. So they sign this petition. You have MSNBC and CNN legal pundits signing. Who cares? These are the same people who could find nothing after 3 years. They started Crossfire Hurricane, the FBI. This was after mid-year exam. So notice even the names of the investigations are hilarious. No, McCabe, Comey, all of them could still get indicted after the election because you have John Durham investigating. But, by the way, thank you, Eric H526. I agree with you. Eric H526, thank you. The interesting thing is when you look at what Democrats have done, they don't have any policies. The policies that they claim to be open to, they're just utilizing, like Medicare for All or Green New Deal legislation. This is a moment in time where they're simply utilizing the hopes and dreams of their most idealistic voters, just utilizing them to just funnel votes back into the Democratic Party. Bernie Sanders is going to be cheated. Hillary Clinton is going to be the nominee. Hillary Clinton, I've been saying since 2017. My article in the Huffington Post, Clinton 2020 is a reality, get ready for 8 years of Trump. I also wrote an article in the Times of Israel. Everything that you see here is complete nonsense. They have as much chance, Bloomberg has as much chance of winning as William Barr does of resigning because of a petition. Eugene, thank you so very much. Thank you, Eugene. Thank you. But let's just read this here. The letter released Sunday Let's read this letter. It's on Medium. DOJ alumni statement on the events surrounding the sentencing of Roger Stone. Wait a second. You mean to tell me there are no people unjustly incarcerated? There are no citizens unjustly incarcerated where these people could get put their names on a letter? You mean to tell me there's no... I thought the criminal justice system was, horrendously racist. And you mean to tell me that these prosecutors in the DOJ, the one thing that they would unite on is to get William Barr out of the way because of Roger Stone? What's it to them? What's it to them if Roger Stone serves any prison time? For what? For lying to Congress? You want to talk about perjury? Because this is they got him on like obstruction, not perjury. Perjury, John Brennan and James Clapper, there's clear examples that both of them lied under oath. Andrew McCabe lied under oath. If you look at James Comey's testimony, he lied under oath. And these prosecutors, these 1,100 prosecutors, they don't mind. They don't mind. But here, DOJ alumni statement on the events surrounding the sentencing of Roger Stone. Oh my God. DOJ alumni. This is like I care about the DOJ alumni. Who cares? This is hilarious. This is so hilarious. DOJ alumni. Oh, let's find out what these amusing imbeciles have to say. We, the undersigned, are alumni of the United States Department of Justice, who have collectively served both Republican and Democratic administrations. Each of us strongly condemns President Trump's and Attorney General Bill Barr's interference in the fair administration of justice. Oh, so fair. There's like a morning raid for Roger Stone. The guy has he had nothing to do with any Russian collusion because that never happened. That never happened. He had nothing to do with working with the DNC emails. Nobody knows how they were obtained. So you just get retribution, the fair administration of justice. Oh, the Democrats, they stand for such goodness and wholesomeness. Oh, goodness. How about that app? What about that wonderful app that cheated Bernie Sanders and I? Well, that's right. That's why you need to vote Trump. As former DOJ officials, we each proudly took an oath to support and defend our Constitution and faithfully execute the duties of our offices. Is that why Attorney General met with Bill Clinton to speak about golf, Brexit, and grandchildren? Is that why James Comey said that he didn't trust Attorney General Loretta Lynch, and Lord knows who's lying? Attorney General Loretta Lynch stated that Comey is lying, that she never told him to call it a matter. The Clinton email criminal probe, that the Attorney General herself told the director of the FBI to call it a matter, which was exactly a security review, which was exactly the way the Clinton campaign was. And so Comey said it made him feel queasy. They're all the biggest bunch of deceitful liars. But anyway, the very first of these duties is to apply the law equally to all Americans. That's why I guess other people can own private servers with top secret intel. Oh, that's right. You're actually lying when you say all of these things. Oh, okay. The first, can you believe these people? The very first of these duties is to apply the law to equally to all Americans. So, okay, McCabe was actually, they recommended prosecution because he lied under oath numerous times. So, do you agree with that? I doubt it. This obligation flows directly from the Constitution, and it is embedded in the countless rules and laws governing the conduct of DOJ lawyers. The justice, that's right. One of the people heading the jury, the lead juror, ran as a Democrat. Okay, and is on social media disparaging Trump. So, whenever it's Lady Justice, she's just like, she's got the blindfold up a little bit, just peeking like, Democrat? Okay, fine, it's no problem. The Justice Manual, the DOJ's rulebook for its lawyers, states that, quote, the rule of law depends on the even-handed administration of justice. That the department's legal decisions, quote, must be impartial and insulated from political influence. Again, James Comey literally stated that because of the tarmac meeting and because of another meeting with Attorney General Loretta Lynch calling Clinton's email probe a matter, he didn't trust the Attorney General. So tell us more. Tell us more. Oh, lofty Democrats. Crypto Pirate 1776 reached out to the Still Report, sharing your assessment and perspective. Hopefully, Bill Still will introduce your channel to his audience. Thank you. Your views deserve more attention. Thank you. I've listened to the Still Report. He does good work, and I haven't listened to all of his stuff, but I think that he, from what I have listened to, he does some pretty good analysis. So very intelligent man. I can say that. Crypto Pirate 1776, I do appreciate your support. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Crypto Pirate 1776. Vicissitude says, okay, so I'm going to do it from Mitch McConnell. Crypto Pirate 1776, I want to thank you so very, very much. And Vicissitude, thank you. Crypto Pirate 1776, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Getting back to the lofty DOJ. Wait, didn't the Clinton campaign get a heads up from a DOJ official? Hold on one second. Brian Fallon? Didn't Brian Fallon or somebody? Hold on. Brian Fallon. DOJ. Clinton PR man says he talked to Justice about civil email case. And then the Washington Post like, that might not be bad. Hillary Clinton spokesman Brian Fallon wrote in May 2015 that Department of Justice officials had informed him about a status hearing in a civil case over his boss's email. Oh, that's nice. Oh, so impartial. Do you think they were informing Manafort? I don't think so. And then they wonder why they lost. Getting back to this amazing letter. The department's legal decisions, quote, must be impartial and insulated from political influence, except when it's a Democrat, then it's okay. And that the department's prosecutorial powers, in particular, must be exercised free from partisan consideration. This is why Attorney General Loretta Lynch met with Bill Clinton to speak about golf, Brexit, and grandchildren. This is why Eric Holder was held in contempt of Congress, which even 17 Democrats voted him in contempt. And this is why Bobby Kennedy, RFK, was JFK's Attorney General. Yes. All DOJ lawyers are well versed in these rules, regulations, and constitutional commands. They stand for the proposition that political interference in the conduct of criminal prosecution is anathema to the department's core mission and to its sacred obligation to ensure equal justice under the law. Oh, my God. And yet, and it gets good, and yet, President Trump and Attorney General Bill Barr have openly and repeatedly flouted this fundamental principle. I mean, what's next? Andrew McCabe not getting indicted after he lied under oath? Most recently, in connection with the sentencing of President Trump's close associate, Roger Stone. Ooh. Boo! Who is convicted of serious crimes. The department has a long-standing practice in which political appointees set broad policies that line prosecutors apply to individual cases. Gee, line prosecutors. No reasonable prosecutor, though, because Comey said no reasonable prosecutor, so William Barr is like saying no reasonable prosecutor also. So there you go. There you go. That practice exists to animate the constitutional principles regarding the even-handed application of the law. Although there are times when political leadership appropriately weighs in on individual prosecutions, it is unheard of for the department's top leaders to overrule line prosecutors. The Inspector General report recommended indictment of McCabe, who are following established policies in order to give preferential treatment to a close associate of the president. As Attorney General Bill Barr did in Stone's case, this is a message to all 1,100 Department of Justice federal prosecutors. William Barr disagrees with you, so deal with it. He's the Attorney General. He thinks that the sentencing was politically motivated. Yes, William Barr disagrees with all 1,100 of you, including the CNN and MSNBC legal analysts. Why? Because he thinks the Mueller probe was a political stunt and ploy to remove the president. He does not think it was truly ethical. He therefore disagrees with you. You want to know the difference between the 1,100 line prosecutors and Barr? One is the Attorney General, and the others, all 1,000 plus, used to work for the government. Too bad you don't work for the government. The same government that you want to just crush Roger Stone is the same government now that disagrees with you. So if you revere government power and government influence, it's the Attorney General who disagrees with you. Shouldn't you respect his decision? They spent 3 years setting up and framing Trump with a dossier purchased by Clinton. Too bad, you lost. All these 1,100 people, they're all Democrats, or they're never Trump Republicans. Either way, they want Trump out of office. It's really interesting how the 1,100 people who wrote this letter, would they have written a letter? What are their thoughts about Attorney General Loretta Lynch meeting with Bill Clinton? Or about Eric Holder being held in contempt of Congress? What are their thoughts about James Comey stating no reasonable prosecutor would indict? Madam Secretary. So, you have TJ Washington, thank you. You have all of these people, like, we're supposed to listen to who reveres, who would look at this and say, oh my goodness, they really know what they're talking about. Who would say this? Like, who would say, gosh, these people really know what they are talking about. They are really, really, they should be revered. They should really be respected. You know why the 1,100 people are doing this as a political stunt? Because they did not write a letter when Attorney General Loretta Lynch met with Bill Clinton to speak about golf, Brexit, and grandchildren. The DOJ has never been independent or autonomous. It's always been full of political influence, as has every single one of the agencies in our government. The only difference is that with Trump, they try to pretend that, these agencies aren't extensions of the administration. Because they don't believe Trump is a legitimate president, which is why Hillary Clinton's going to be the nominee. It is even more outrageous for the Attorney General to intervene, as he did here, after the president publicly condemned the sentencing recommendation that line prosecutors had already filed in court. You can put all line prosecutors along with James Comey when it comes to, does the average American trust these line prosecutors? No. The average American most likely would not trust them. Kamala Harris withheld exculpatory evidence. You had the Enron case. You had people withholding exculpatory evidence. The government, if they want somebody, they go after them with a vengeance. If they want to cover up Clinton's crimes, they do so. Okay, Clinton had top secret. I would love to hear what these 1,100 prosecutors have to say about how Clinton was able to store and receive and send top secret and special access program intelligence and 2,000 plus classified emails. How is that even possible? Southern Miss. Hello, Southern Miss. Thank you. Adam on 31458. Barr plays it down the middle. I think he didn't mind the petition since it balances out the overstep of not indicting McCabe and the Trump tweet comment. Exactly. Adam on 31458. He's trying to play it probably as much down the middle as possible until Trump wins again. Then it's curtains for the Democratic Party politically. You do not want to be on social media. I do not have a Twitter account. I do not have a Facebook account. But, ladies and gentlemen, great point, Adam on 31458. Great point. Great point. You don't want to be on social media when Clinton loses to Trump again. When Clinton loses to Trump again, oh my God, it's going to be so great. Okay, because this is all a charade. No, and the CNN's like, you know what, it's never going to happen. You know, Bloomberg's not even going to pick Clinton because, you know, Bloomberg has an uphill battle. It's like, watch these people come groveling at the feet of Madam Secretary, the Golden Muumuu. Oh, I'm so sorry that we said anything wrong. I'm so sorry. They are going to be quickly held in line, kept in check. They're going to fall in line. You just have to snap your fingers, and Democrats will vote for the Democrat. They have no free will. They're basically automatons. They're basically like zombies. They talk a big game. Oh, yeah, you know, Bernie being cheated up. What are you going to do? What you do? Because Bernie is going to say vote Clinton. So what are you going to do now? AOC is going to say vote Clinton. You think they're going to say sit it out and let Trump, the monster with record low unemployment and record highs in the stock market and 5 million people lifted out of poverty? Oh, my God, impeach! The only thing worse for Democrats than voting Clinton is to be called a Trump supporter. So they will fall in line because they have no free will. They have no fight in them. The few people that say Bernie or bust, the few people that say I'm sitting this one out or I'm voting Trump, God bless them. They have courage. They have guts. They are really gutsy. They have integrity. But the people who say, well, you know, I do my whole thing, you know, the shtick, right? You know what I do? It's like when Clinton finally, right before the convention or whatever at the convention, who cares? It's all nonsense anyway. When she becomes the nominee, when Clinton becomes the nominee, and I will be the only person on YouTube telling you exactly what's really happening. Yes, there are fixed boxing fights, and yes, there are, rigged elections. We just had one actually, but it's going to be like this. Clinton's going to run, and then you're going to get the progressive on YouTube, or the anarchist, or the socialist, or whatever on YouTube. I'm sorry, not on Twitter, and it's going to be because Twitter is like the If the guy downstairs had social media, it's very nefarious, Twitter. And so it'll be like this. Like, Clinton, she decides she runs eventually, whether it's at the nomination, a Democratic convention, or before, who cares? Then you're going to get this, oh my God. And then you're going to get the socialist or the anarchist or the, or you're going to get just the progressive or whatever, the Bernie voter. And you're going to hear like, oh my God, Clinton is running again? Oh, dude, I can't believe this. We have nobody better? Okay? No, you know what? I'm not going to vote for Clinton. I don't care. And then you're going to have the liberal, the Democrat, the wonderful liberal Democrat, tolerant person. You're a Trumper, aren't you? Why don't you go and buy tiki torches on sale? Okay? Why don't you go to Home Depot and buy a whole bunch of tiki torches? Because you are a Russian operative tiki torch. Where do you work? Where do you work? You tell me where you work right now. Dude, what's wrong with you, man?
All I said was, I didn't say I was voting for Trump. I said that I'm not just going to sit this one out. That doesn't mean I'm voting for Trump.
Sit this one out. Don't you know if you don't vote for Hillary, Trump wins again? You might as well be working for Trump. You're a Trumper. I always knew you were a Trumper. Just because you have that rose icon on your profile, I knew you'd be a Trumper. I'm going to tell everyone you know that you're a Trumper.
Oh my God. You're scaring me, man. Whatever, dude. Fine. I don't even know. Fine. I'll vote for Hillary, even though I don't want to. And anyway, she's gonna lose.
You just do as you're told. Okay? You just do as you're told. You just do as you're told. Alright? You just vote for Hillary. And don't give me any more lip.
And that's basically what's going to happen. It's such a catharsis to do that. Southern Miss, do you think anything will come from the Durham report? Yes. Yes, Southern Miss. After the election loss. After Clinton loses to Trump. Lyle Budd, Giuliani for AG, we want action. Oh, I'd love that. The only thing is he has to be confirmed by the Senate. So, Lyle Budd, thank you. I would totally love that. I would totally love that. That's exactly what that's exactly what. Oh my God, what? Clinton again? Okay, did you forget what she did in Libya and Haiti and all these other places? Did you forget that she worked with Bush? Okay, Clinton, is there anybody better?
No, there's nobody better. There's nobody better. It doesn't matter. It's not a popularity contest. Why don't you go and look and read Trump's tweets? You like Trump? You like his personality? Oh, you don't like Hillary's personality, huh? Do you like Trump's? Okay, then. You're either a Trumper and a Tiki Torch Russian, or you vote Clinton and shut your mouth.
Oh my God, man. It's so difficult to even understand where you're coming from. You know what? Just Medicare for all, Medicare for all, Medicare for all.
Stop with your Medicare for all. You think you're going to get that with Trump? Just vote for Clinton again, and you'll get closer to Medicare for all. At least we're going in the right direction.
All right, fine. Stop yelling at me. Don't go to my work. Don't insult me. Don't call me a Trumper, Tiki Torch, Russian. I'll vote for Clinton again.
Yeah, that's right, you will. You're going to vote for Clinton again. Yeah, that's right. Okay? I'll be back next week on your Twitter profile to make sure I don't see if I see one retweet from Trump. Oh, if I see one retweet, Medicare for all. If I see one retweet that you disparaged Madam Secretary, there's going to be a big problem.
Okay. I'll vote Clinton. I don't want to lose friends and family. Medicare for all, man. That's exactly what's going to take place. I can do this all night, and this is annoying, I know, but anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, Mitchell Smith! Inadvertently, these prosecutors exposed their political bias to the AG and Trump administration. Not too smart. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Thanks again, H.A. Hopewell, as well. Mitchell Smith, exactly. And the interesting thing also is that the more that these people come out and do things like, the more that these people come out and they say, well, we don't like, we think, you should resign. It actually reeks of desperation, because it's like, nobody's going to resign simply because they're told to resign. It makes no sense at all. It makes no sense at all. You have to have a reason. You have to have a reason to force these people to resign. Like, you have to have a reason to force to force William Barr to resign. Like, what would be the reason? What would be the reason? Just because he reduced the sentencing? I mean, it shows how, like, cutthroat these people are. Like, they're so cutthroat. All they want is retribution. They don't care. They really, really don't care. Like, their thing is, like, they don't care if Stone was railroaded or not. They just want retribution. That's all they want. They don't care. So it's kind of like Bernie Sanders is going to be cheated again. There's nothing legitimate about this. There's nothing legitimate. Nothing at all legitimate about this. Clinton is going to be nominee again. Hillary Clinton is going to be nominee. She's slowly working like her way into the consciousness of the average American. Slowly, to the point where now people are like, okay, yeah, she really wants to run. She really wants to run. She really wants to run for president. The weakest Democrat, if you want, they're all weak, but the weakest Democrat would be, technically would be Tom Steyer, then followed by Bloomberg, no, the weakest Democrat is Biden. I think that would be the biggest election. Steyer at least has the billion. So I think from weakest to strongest. Okay. Biden is the worst person on that Democratic field. The worst. By far. Not only because whenever he speaks, it's like an abomination. He just does himself in. But he has so many scandals and he can't get away with them because his name's not Clinton. So Biden is the worst. So Plickazunga 0000. Okay, so Biden is the worst. Then you have Tom Steyer, because nobody really knows who he is. All right? Nobody knows who he is. But he has $1 billion. Then you have Bloomberg, who it would not be good to see Trump steamroll Bloomberg. Then you have Elizabeth Warren, who failed her DNA test and hasn't told the truth in about 5 years. Then you have Mayor Pete. Mayor Pete's actually a good candidate. He has a good campaign, but he is a copy of President Obama. Then you have Bernie, who, he's Bernie Sanders. He has a movement. It's a giant bowel movement now, and he exists to just funnel votes back into the Democratic Party. He'll say vote Clinton. The best candidate they have is Clinton. She's just waiting. She will be the nominee. Catalina Magoo! Keep it up. Thank you, Catalina Magoo. Thank you. Catalina Magoo. I love your name. Can I tell you how much I love your name? Catalina Magoo. Thank you. I could say your name a million times. I love it. Catalina Magoo. Thank you. Southern Miss. Why did Barr decline charging McCabe? Hopefully it's because Durham is still undergoing his investigation. Could be that he wants to just give them a sense of confidence and ease. I don't know. It may be it's before the election. Who knows? I don't know. Robert, you remember that? H.A., do your Catherine Hepburn accent. Wait, what is it? Trump works with Russia. He worked with Russia. Everybody knows that Trump worked with Russia. I can't do it. Gosh, I used to be so good at that. I can't do it now. Southern Miss, thank you. Catalina Magoo, thank you. Oh my God. Such behavior is a grave threat to the fair administration of justice. In this nation, we're all equal before the law, except if your name is Madam Secretary. A person should not be given a special treatment in criminal prosecution because they are a close political ally of President Trump. Well, that's actually not what happened, lying prosecutors. What happened is that the Attorney General saw it for what it was, that it was not a fair administration of justice, and they were going after Stone unfairly because he knew Trump. Yes, you're smart enough to realize that. Governments that use enormous power of law enforcement to punish their enemies and reward their allies are not constitutional republics. They are autocracies. Really? Is that kind of like when President Obama's administration began counterintelligence probes of Trump based on a dossier purchased by Clinton? Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. You think that's above board. What about Comey's memos? Do you think we could have Shokin's memos start an investigation on Biden? They're both fired prosecutors. We welcome Attorney General Barr's belated acknowledgement the DOJ's law enforcement decisions must be independent of politics. Belated acknowledgement. I love this. If you're a former DOJ employee and would like to add your name below, okay, who cares? It could be, they're funny. They're like, we found 25,670 people. We found 750 million people who said they want William Barr to resign. Are you going to resign now? We found 575 billion people. Are you going to resign? No, they're not going to resign. Colonel Coyle, how are you? Mitch McConnell here. You mess with a bull, you get the horn snatcher. You get the horn snatcher. Emily Smith! Hey, H.A., how come you're always right? What's your secret, please? Why can't others see what you do? Oh, it's nice of you. I'm not always right, but I appreciate Annalise watching. Annalise, my secret is that I was a Democrat my whole life. So I knew Clinton would lose, and I knew that they would then try everything possible to save face. And now I know, Annalise Smith, that Clinton is going to be the nominee. Annalise Smith. Whereas you and I and all 430 people here, we have independent thought, we have critical thinking skills, we don't care if somebody tried to insult us or demean us or disparage us or make fun of us. We're going to do our thing. We are not easily manipulated. Democrats are a conglomerate, are a tent, if you will. They're a tent with all different people on the left. It's just a union of wonderful people who can't stand one another. And what takes place is they're all easily manipulated. They're all easily manipulated to just think one way, and it takes about a week, 2 weeks, maximum. It will take 2 weeks to crush any resistance
from Bernie Sanders or Bernie voters after he's cheated again. Not even 2 weeks, about a week. One a week. About 1 week. And that's it. 1 week. Annalise Smith, thank you. Very kind of you. Very kind of you. Yes, Bill. I know. I do know the way they think. That's why when they like try to intimidate me in their own way, I didn't care, because I was like, I have more contempt for you than you have for me. Yeah. More than 1,100 million former prosecutors. And like, who cares? On what planet? You think William Barr's like, I think I should resign right now. I mean, I have all of these people. You know, William Barr speaks like this. William Barr really does speak like this. Hi, I'm William Barr. I like moonlit walks in the park. I like to sing karaoke. And I like to play Connect 4. And I also like to play a game called Twister. If you're ready for the time of your life, hit me up. I can't. William Barr is a very, I would say, confident man. And I don't really care if I'm William Barr if 1,000 million billion trillion people want me to resign, because you would have to have a legal basis to resign. And since you don't have a legal basis, you can take your wonderful, brilliantly written letter on Medium and stick it where the sun does not shine. Let's see. Let's see what else is going on. So, let's see what else is going on. So, you have this hilarious, CNN. Hillary Clinton is not going to be Bloomberg's vice president. Okay. Oh, thanks, CNN. Why are you so frightened of the prospect? That's kind of funny. CNN. We'll see Mike Bloomberg. Will we see a Mike Bloomberg Hillary Clinton ticket in 2020? See, also the notion. See, they're trying to sell the notion that she's normal enough to be vice president. That's absurd. She's not. She's not normal enough to be vice president. She's not. She would never be vice president to anyone. Like, that would never happen. That would never happen in a million years. So, that's been the question bandied about in some. That's been the question bandied about in some parts of the media since the Drudge Report, the conservative media outlet, pushed exclusive reporting. According to Drudge, sources close to Bloomberg want Clinton as VP. As a former surrogate in 2016, I hope Clinton, if asked, would say no, and that's not because I think she wouldn't help the ticket. Simply put, Clinton, as a former U.S. Senator, Secretary of State, and First Lady, should be no one's second fiddle. Yeah! Yeah! I like it!
Well, and didn't I use that term, second fiddle? She's second fiddle to nobody. Yeah. In fact, if not for the Electoral College, Clinton would be president of the United States. Yeah. How you like me now? I love it. Yes, this article is about, hey, if you're going to vote for Clinton, she should be nominee. Yes, it's happening. It's happening. Please. You have to wonder whether Bloomberg campaign leaked the trial. Okay, especially. Regardless of who is behind the leak, my hope is that Clinton stays true to her instinct shared on Ellen's show that she would not serve as vice president and that she still believes in service to her country. Oh, such service. You've serviced us really good, Hillary. It's a good service, yeah. We've been serviced for the past decade, 3 decades. I'd love to see Attorney General Hillary Clinton. Really? Attorney General Hillary Clinton? Oh, that's great. Yeah. Nobody believes in the rule of law better. Oh, my God. From Whitewater to Travelgate to email service with top secret intel, nothing better than Attorney General Hillary Clinton. Oh, this is amazing. Not only would it be great for our nation, but Clinton running the Department of Justice would freak out Donald Trump. Yeah, and most Americans also. This is great. This is actually better than I thought. Yes. Yes. Oh my God, this is so great. Chad Davis! Mini Mike builds a ticket, then brings Hill Dog in and steps down, gives ticket to Hill Dog. A poop sandwich, which all good Dems will bite. Exactly. Well, I think that what's going to take place is Bloomberg is there to just give delegates to Madam Secretary. So Bloomberg will give delegates to Madam Secretary. So she will give the delegates to Madam Secretary. He will give the delegates to Madam Secretary. So that's going to happen. That is going to happen. That is definitely going to happen. So, Chad Davis, thank you. Thank you, Chad. Hope all is well. Trump's new budget is just, he's going all out GOP style to negotiate. I don't think he wants to cut as much as he wants to cut. That's just to freak out Democrats. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. Chad Davis, to my super chat, thank you. I will be back, ladies and gentlemen, at around 11 p.m., about 10:30 p.m. Pacific time. Please be here at around 11 p.m. Check out this channel Pacific time if you're up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. God bless. To my super chat, thank you, Chad. Thank you so much. And I'll be back at around 11 p.m. Pacific. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great